Hey, I'm with Bob Gardner, who's the Executive Director of the National Federation of State High School Associations, which is the organization that, among other things, oversees fine arts activities in a number of the states and its affiliates, but also athletic activities, a range of different activities. Can you start by telling us a little bit about your job here at NFHS?
My job really involves being the advocate for high school sports and performing arts activities, being the person who really speaks up about the values of our programs and the experiences that the young people have and the experiences that those opportunities afford them to grow and to round out their education.
So NFHS, we're kind of in a historic building here located next to the NCAA in Indianapolis. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of NFHS and where it's been, where it's going?
Well, actually, it was athletics that caused the NFHS to come into existence. Back in the 1920s, the colleges were conducting tournaments that brought high school teams into their tournaments, and it turned out to be a real recruiting advantage. And so state associations began to realize that they needed some kind of national organization to bring some order to that chaos. And thus the NFHS was formed. And then, of course, over the years, our responsibilities have grown from that early charge with sanctioning interstate events to encompassing now the speech, theater, debate, and music programs, as well as our athletic programs.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the fine arts aspect, because I think a lot of people, maybe when they think of NFHS, or particularly with its proximity to the NCAA, may assume athletics. What's the place of fine arts activities in the larger kind of realm of student activities?
Well, it certainly is a key part of student activities in high schools today. Our research shows that over 4.4 million young people participate in speech, theater, debate, and music activities. And we think that that gives them, again, an excellent opportunity to learn more about themselves and learn how to work with other students. And all of those experiences really go toward making them the leaders of tomorrow. So it's a very integral part of what we do.
Now, if I'm new to coaching, and unfortunately this is a very common phenomenon for teachers who maybe are in a smaller school district and get tossed into the coaching experience for the first time without any formal training. What is it that NFHS offers those people to help them in their career?
We really, I think, through membership in the NFHS organizations, expose them to the leaders who set the standards and who provide the guidelines, and I think that's a great experience for people who are just getting started. Through our publications, there are many opportunities to read about innovative ways to conduct their programs and to build their practices so that they're effective in serving their young people. So I think it's something that they really should strongly consider.
Are there other benefits to being an actual NFHS member that
Well,
you might be interested in?
Absolutely. One of the other things is we do provide an insurance program at a very low cost, and I think that's a must for anybody who's working in the schools of today. And so beyond that, the exposure to the leadership and the ability to interact with people, the opportunity to perhaps serve on committees that help set the standards. All of those things are key ingredients that I think go toward making somebody uniquely prepared to serve their young people.
Now, you've obviously had a lot of experience looking at the research about the effect that student activities have on students. If you were counseling some coach or advocate for the fine arts at a local school, what kind of arguments would you give them to advance the cause of what they're doing at their school?
I think without a doubt, all of the research shows that young people who participate in performing arts or high school sports prepare themselves for the future in ways that people who do not just don't get. The opportunity to participate in programs, we have shown time and time again that those are the people who make better grades, who have better attendance, who are more likely to graduate, have fewer discipline referrals, and I think those experiences really set young people up for preparing themselves to get the best education they possibly can.
NFHS, I know, runs a number of conferences throughout the year. Some have focus on different specific areas, some are broader. In terms of professional development, are there certain kinds of things that you would encourage people to do or to attend as a member of NFHS?
Certainly. When you look at some of the things that we provide, there are experiences both in all of our performing arts activities where they can get involved, they can attend those events, and those conferences really put them at the cutting edge of what's new, what's the latest development, and where things are going in their particular area. So I think that's a must, and it's something that they really should be a part of.
Are there particular issues that you feel uniquely passionate about in your job, things that maybe burning topics in the area of student activities that are really of concern to you right now?
Well, I think when you look at the challenges that this country has faced, and certainly our schools have faced in the last 3 years in particular, a lot of talk about whether or not we need to continue these programs in our schools, and I'd say that's an absolute must. When you look at the experiences that young people gain, those are things that can't be replicated in any other area. And we live in a world of competition that we now admit is a global competition, not just something that's local. And the opportunities young people have to learn about themselves, to occasionally pick themselves up after things haven't gone their way, to bounce back, those are terribly important. And learning about competition and meeting the competition that they're going to face as they attempt to go through the rest of their lives. I think all of these things prepare young people to be the leaders of tomorrow, and because of that, I'm so passionate about our opportunities and maintaining those.
Fantastic. Well, is there anything else that you would like the students in our class to know about, either about your passion for the activities or about NFHS in general?
I would simply say to get involved. That's the best way to learn, that's the best way to grow yourself, to get involved and to volunteer, at least initially at the outset. And when people find out that you have that passion, that makes you a very marketable person for the future.
Great. Well, I want to thank Bob Gardner for joining us. Anybody who has interest in NFHS can go to nfhs.org and learn more about memberships in the organization and the professional development activities that the organization provides. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.